Supreme Court has upheld the Kerala government's new liquor policy that had been challenged by bar owners. Now, only five-star hotels will be allowed to serve liquor in Kerala. The Women Chandy government's liquor policy will close down all bars except in 5 stars. Well, let's go across to Vaidya Nathan for more on this. Now, Vaidya, bar owners had argued that the policy violated Article 14 of the Constitution. Tell us what happened in court.
Yes, of course. Kerala bar owners saying that right to equality, right to trading is a must, and the Kerala government cannot discriminate just having only 5-star hotels to serve the IMFL liquor. But the Kerala government defended it positively, saying that it's the right policy in the right direction, and court cannot interfere with government policy. Now, after the policy was implemented, the liquor consumption among youth in Kerala has come down. Let me remind you, Kerala is the highest alcohol consuming state after Punjab in India. But today, finally, the Supreme Court upholding the Kerala liquor policy, and it's basically a very good news for the Congress-led UDF government, because the assembly elections are to be there within 4 months away.
All right, we're also joined by Sneha. Sneha, tell us about the reactions coming in after this news came in that the top court has upheld the Kerala government's liquor policy.
Well, Gargi, I'm coming to you right from right outside a bar which was actually once selling hard liquor and today sells only beer and wine. This was after the policy change of the Kerala government, of course. Now, it was these petitioners who went to the court asking that it is a discriminatory policy, that only 5 stars are being allowed. But they still will have to continue with the policy, with the Supreme Court really upholding this. Right now, from the Hotels Association side, from the various bar owners, we're not hearing anything concrete as to what would be their next step, whether they will take any further legal action. But there is disappointment. Most of them are saying that they were not expecting it in such a manner that it would be completely upheld, and that they were expecting there would be some questions which would be raised into the policy. But there is another section of the people, perhaps who you would call the victims of alcohol and the abuse which often follows. Of course, there has been no study to establish the two, but there are many women, and we've spoken to fishermen communities also and others, who are saying that this is perhaps a step in the right direction if only the access to alcohol could be restricted. Now, the ramifications, of course, are many, but there's the other side who say that irrespective of whether we get it or not, we need to have it, and therefore spurious liquor could also be an option. We spoke to the director of Hotel Horizon, and he took us inside his bar. Let's listen to what he has to say.
All right, Sneha, we will get to that interview you did in just a moment. But also, if you could tell us, there have been concerns about how tourism would be affected by this policy.
Well, yes. In fact, Kerala, it's almost 8,000 crore business, which hard liquor and the other forms of liquor together have contributed to the economy. But that essentially is a big win for the UDF government, if you see. Now, they have taken a stand that irrespective of what it costs the economy and what it costs the tourism, they would take this stand, because the high levels of alcohol consumption and the decreasing age of how many youngsters are taking to alcohol, both of them were a major concern for the society and for the government, and the reason why they have taken this drastic step. Now, this was challenged at the local court, it was challenged at the High Court, and it was challenged at the Supreme Court. But in all 3 cases, it was upheld by the courts. And so this is one thing which needs to be seen. Of course, we've also got to know through different people. In fact, one of the man who was behind this whole suggestion to the government, who heads the ADIC and the WHO advisor for India, Dr. Johnson, he in fact has come out with a study which says that there's been a 20% decline in consumption and sale of alcohol since this new policy. But this, of course, does not take into account the alcohol which comes in from neighboring states. And let's listen to what the bar owners have to say. Suresh Pillai, who is also the Vice President for the Southern Hotels and Restaurants Association and is also the Director for Hotel Horizon. Sir, a huge judgment with major ramifications for Kerala. Kerala has been a state with highest per capita consumption of alcohol. How do you see this judgment?
I mean, okay, the judgment I think it's unfortunate as a business part. Maybe it is helpful for the public, or I don't know how much it's going to affect, because there are other some means of liquor they started producing themselves.
You are talking about the spurious liquor in the market.
Spurious liquor has come out in the market, and there are so many other drugs also has been students have started using it. I don't know how much it is going to affect, but if it is helping the people, okay, I don't mind. But the business part is completely down. You have to think about the business part also.
When you're talking about the business part being completely down, can you help us understand how is this going to affect the Kerala economy, if at all it does?
Our F&B sales has come down by 50 to 60% down. And it has gone out to, they started going to the houses, or it has, in fact, the parties are conducted in their houses. We does a lot of catering out inside for them at home also. But still, the 60% of the business is down in the F&B department. Even the room sales has come down so much. And more than the city hotels, the Kolam side has affected a lot of business.
And do you also expect this to hit tourism?
Definitely.
In what sense?
See, there are groups of parties and other marriage functions which why they need to be in Kerala. They can go to Pondicherry in the nearby states and or to Sri Lanka. Even all tourists coming here, they like to have indulge with a little bit of it's not that heavy boozing, but some things are needed.